Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Go ahead, you can say it.
I'm not saying that.
So, this today is not cooking with the colonel and the kid. Today is chatting with the colonel about the cadet.
We can go with that, yeah, if you want.
So, we're here. We are just kind of hunkered down like everybody else. Still waiting on the corona thing to finish up, huh? So
No.
what do you think? What are you thinking about all this? You ain't seen. Nobody's seen anything like this. What do you think
No.
about all this?
Well, it's interesting. It raises some questions, How much schooling do I actually need? Seems like I'm getting everything done pretty well online.
Seems like there's going to be a lot of that. A lot of people rethinking things, and how much face to face do you really need to do?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good question. I mean, can you do college by Zoom?
Yeah. Well, you saw them, for my labs, like my digital circuits lab, it's imagine it, for things like that, you're going to probably need to go to
that's
school,
true too.
But for things like
Just a regular lecture?
yeah, or a writing class, do I really need to go with him for that? Or can I just submit a paper and have him look at it?
Well, I remember when I worked when we were stationed in Germany, and I worked, and that question came up a lot about virtual meetings and online meetings, and that question came up a lot is that there is something to be said about being across the table from somebody at a meeting or talking with somebody about it, So,
Yeah.
I guess there is something to that. I don't know that you could totally get completely away from it,
Yeah, it's true.
there's something to. Granted, you can catch all the nonverbals on video screen and everything else too. Like when you scratch your chin, how it means you're slightly, irritated at something somebody does.
Mhm. Or I'm just in deep thought.
It could be, yeah. Like I've really given you something to think about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a thinker.
Oh shoot. Yeah. That's one thing about social media these days. That people get real emboldened.
Yeah.
And anonymity kind of gives you some courage.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Like when I'm playing games online and someone talks trash to me, I'm probably some nerd behind drinking Dorito juice and stuff. I don't know.
What is Dorito juice?
You don't want to know.
Is that when you spill your Coke in your bag of Doritos and
It's Mountain Dew.
And it's what's in the
It's
bottom?
when you get the Mountain Dew and Doritos and pour it in a blender. And then
oh, that's just.
I told you didn't want to know. You asked.
Oh, Dorito juice. Huh? Does it give you superpowers?
Yes. Gives you mad gaming skills at the cost of having no friends.
So Benjamin yesterday said something that upset his mother a little bit. Not upset her, but it really. It's one of those moments where you stop to take a step back and you think. But Benjamin said that this is probably the longest that he'll be at home again. He'll never be at home this long again.
No.
Yeah, that kind of got me too. So it's been nice having you home.
Yeah, it's nice being home.
Certainly have been able to, not have a bunch of groceries in the house with you home.
You're welcome.
Because
You're
you've
welcome.
been eating chips. You've been doing real well eating our potato chips down.
No problem.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. So, no, it has been nice having you home. So, and I certainly have been enjoying doing these with you too.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So, are you learning a few things? Actually, now I feel a little bit better prepared sending you off on your own to cook on your own now. You feel a little bit better prepared making stuff?
I cook ramen noodles.
Taco Bell?
Yeah. I put it in the microwave and that's cooking, right? Yeah.
Oh. Now, a lot of people have asked me where I picked up my cooking skills before. And growing up, my mother, your grandma, Phyllis, cooked a lot, but she didn't really per se teach us. I don't know that we would have had the patience for it or anything else either. And she was very particular in the way she cooked and made things. So I don't know that she would have had the patience to teach to teach somebody as strong, bullheaded as me. But I did when I got out on my own. I remember one time calling her up, asking her how to boil an egg that I didn't know. Of course, now these days you just pull out your phone and Google
YouTube it.
and
you
YouTube.
go to Phyllis Stokes' YouTube channel.
Hey, there you go.
Shameless plug.
And I remember, and she thought that was the funniest thing. She was like, "Steven," and I'm like, I don't. I mean, what do? Do you as soon as the water comes to a boil, do you take it out? No, you have to let it cook a little while, and then you turn the water off, and then you let it sit there a while and cool down and all that. So she explained all that to me, and it opened up a whole world.
I'll never call you because I don't like boiled eggs.
So, yeah, well, I don't. It's interesting to me that we have 4 children, and Benjamin is number 3, and Bella's number 4. So that how different the 2 older, and there's 4 years between you and your next older brother. So Nathan and William were pretty close, and Bella and Benjamin are close because they're all close. But it's interesting to me that the 2 older boys have their ways of things, and then the 2 younger ones have their certain peculiarities as far as food goes. So you guys like ketchup.
I love ketchup,
but Nathan and Will don't.
No.
And it's funny that just how that is. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, just eating different foods growing up. I feel like Nathan and William kind of grew up kind of more over here, and me and Bella, our kind of younger years were really spent in Germany, where we throw that ketchup on everything.
Yeah, you got that currywurst, and you get the curry ketchup.
You got all them sauces. You throw it all on there.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
You got paid $1 to eat anything.
Yeah, so looking back now, we used to do that. That's how I got them to try stuff. And as I would offer them $1 to try something. I would always say, look, you don't have to like it. Just gotta try it. And if you tried it and didn't spit it out, if you tried it and ate it, bite of something, then we gave you $1, right? So what did you think of that?
Should have held out for 2. And I don't know. I'll give you 2. All right, I'm giving that over here.
I do remember there was one time that they had oysters.
I remember the oysters. It was $5.
$5. That's the only way that none of them would do it for $1, and I finally upped it to $5. And this one here,
it was good.
He said, "I'll try it."
Do anything. I'll eat anything for $5.
I think Will. I don't even think we gave you a whole oyster. We cut it in a piece.
Yeah.
And I want to say William tried it, but he spit it out. So he got nothing.
I remember there was one other person who spit it out.
Yeah.
And I was the only one who ate it.
And you ate it and got it down, and you got $5.
Yeah.
So, but the rest of the time it was just $1, and
yeah.
And I would never have you try something that I wouldn't eat myself. So, yeah. But I think that had something to do with it. The other kids say that your siblings say that went a long way to make them feel comfortable to try new foods and try new things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I'll always try something once.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't get $1 for it anymore, but.
And there was a couple of times when you guys would try something and you'd be like, hey, that's pretty good, and you were honest with it. So that's all I could ask, right?
Sometimes I'm like, hey, this is nasty. I'm never having oatmeal again.
Oatmeal.
I hate oatmeal. Something about it just.
How can you hate oatmeal? There's I guess it's probably consistency.
Yeah,
it's just like
people
paste.
make it all the time at school, and I'm just like.
No, I was telling you last night. I mean, you get some good porridge, long, slow cooked oatmeal
and then make it not taste like oatmeal.
Right,
then it's good.
That's
you tell me I put honey and I put salt and I'm like, so you're taking oatmeal and making it not oatmeal so it tastes good. Well, that's the secret. If you don't like something, make it taste like something else.
Yes. Well, I guess so if you put it that way. Yeah,
If it's healthy.
It's like a sandwich. I mean, you put stuff on a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
To make it taste better.
It's like saying, hey, I like meat.
Well, I mean, you season stuff, make it taste. Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's like saying.
Well, you put I get some of that porridge over there in the UAE, and I put honey and brown sugar, and I guess it was more like candy by the time
Yeah,
I got through with
it's
it.
like you're like Elf, just like throwing the Pop Tarts and the candy,
Crush it all up.
crushing it all, eating it with the spaghetti, man.
Oh shoot!
Wow.
So I did want to. So a couple of funny stories with you growing up, if you don't mind me embarrassing you.
Yeah,
Or not.
I'm
No,
gonna
it's
embarrass
not.
myself more.
But Benjamin, he loved to play, and when your brothers, I remember they were in school. This was in when we were stationed in Altus, Oklahoma, and your brothers would go to school. And of course, you were at home. You were just a little guy, and you were at home, and I was home for something, and you wanted to play, and you were a big Star Wars fan.
I still am.
Still, so, but you had some toy lightsabers, and you used to love playing, man, and I love playing with you. I just got a big kick out of it. But you wanted to play lightsaber fight, so you had these two lightsabers. So you had yours, and you're like, Daddy, we're gonna play. And I'm like, well, let me go. I had to use the restroom, and I was in there, and apparently I was in there a little bit too long, because you were like, you kept knocking on the door. You come in, and Daddy, you done? I'm like, no, not done. Just a few more minutes, a little bit longer. You come in, Daddy, I'm ready to play, and I'm like, no, it's okay, son. So like the third time you came, I'll never forget. You didn't even knock. I hear the door handle turn, and I looked up and I see the door handle turn, and the door just cracks open, and I see this little hand with this little lightsaber reaching in around the door, and you kind of let it go, dropped it on the floor, and then you pulled your hand back out and closed the door back. Oh, I just that was the sweetest thing in the world. You just want to play lightsaber fight with your daddy so bad. So,
It's too busy reading Uncle John's bathroom. Reader or
must have
something.
been. I must have been, But there was that time, and then we were in Germany visiting in-laws, and you remember this? You remember that trip?
I don't know.
That was in 2002, I think, and 2002, 2003. There's your brother calling. Hopefully somebody will pick that up.
I think he sneezed. We were talking about him.
Yeah,
That's probably.
he just soloed. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he's
Pretty
in Navy training now, and he had his first check ride in solo in a helicopter. So he and his partner, student partner, took a helicopter out by themselves. So look out, Panhandle of Florida.
Look up.
Look up.
That's where you need
Look
to be
out.
looking.
But we were in Germany, and we went to visit them, and there was a couple of things on that trip, because we always got together. It was always nice because your birthday's in December, right after Christmas,
Yeah.
which normally you'd think, oh, that kind of stinks, a couple days after Christmas, but it always worked out because we were all together as a family, and everybody would be there to celebrate Benjamin's birthday. But my wife's sister, my sister-in-law, had a cat, and you remember that cat?
I remember that cat. Yeah.
Sweetest cat, but that cat just did not like Benjamin, and every time that cat was just the sweetest thing. You'd walk up to it and it'd roll over on its back and just let you scratch its belly, which is just crazy with a cat. But every time Benjamin came in the room, that cat's like, he kind of looked at him sideways and then run out, and finally, the cat ran out, and we're all sitting around. We're like, Benjamin, so well, that cat sure doesn't like Benjamin. What, Benjamin? Why does that cat not like you? And Benjamin goes, well, I don't know, but every time that I pull his tail, he goes like that. And you had been just terrorizing that cat, chasing him around the house and pulling his tail. And that cat just I guess
Didn't like me.
I guess like every cat has a breaking point, right?
Yeah.
But the other thing was my brother-in-law, Mike. Of course, all the family just descended on him. We were all staying with him, and Mike would come downstairs and kids just run around everywhere, and he's just going, oh my goodness, because there was just 3 of them at the time.
Yeah.
And it was overwhelming, to say the least. And he walks into the pantry to get something out of there, some snack on or something. He opens
early
it
in
up,
the morning.
and Benjamin was in a Spider-Man phase, and he had climbed up these racks in there, and he was about probably 4 feet off the ground, about eye level. He's hanging on the rack, looking back over his shoulder, and Mike opens the door and he looks in and he goes, taken aback a little bit, and Benjamin's hanging there, and you were hanging there, and you turn around and you were like, get out! and Mike, and I was sitting in there in the other room, and I heard it, and Mike just slowly closed the door back on you. And he turned around and he was like, Anna, calling for my sister-in-law. Oh my gosh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody remembers that story with you. So, and then the only other story, and this probably wasn't a happy story for you, but I always remember the last time I spanked you.
Yeah, I threw a light at Bella's head.
Okay, maybe it was before that. It wasn't the last time.
That was like...
No, we did paddle you guys and all. And you feel scarred?
Needed it.
You don't feel scarred?
No, we needed it. We're pretty rotten.
But it got to the point where we didn't have to anymore, did we?
No.
You guys are all good kids. But Benjamin, at this point, we were out somewhere, and you were just you were just restless or whatever, and you were getting wild, and we usually gave you all pretty free rein to relax, but you were, in this particular case, you were out of control, and I remember telling you, I was like, Benjamin, that's enough. You need to calm down, come on over here, and then you kept doing it and kept doing it. Finally, I'm like, Benjamin, if you don't stop, you're going to get in trouble. I'm not going to tell you again. And then you did it again, and I just brought you over, and I'm like, Benjamin, when we get home, I'm going to give you a paddling. And I think you were probably 5 at the time, something like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you stopped, and everything was fine. Because now immediately you want to be on your best behavior, because maybe
We can get out of it.
Maybe you can get out of it. All right, so we got in the car and we're driving home, and I remember we had 2 cars. At that point, we were everybody had something going on at the same time, and for whatever reason, me and your mom took separate cars. So all the boys wanted to ride with me, so I'm driving home, and I had Nathan and William and Benjamin and William, and your brother William and you were sitting in the back seat, and y'all were talking and chatting and everything was fine. And they would talk with me, and I would answer them and everything, just like normal. And we came around towards our village there, and there was one spot where you kind of crest a hill, and then you could see the village over there. And we kind of crusted the hill. It was at night, and you could see the lights there, and here comes our village. And all of a sudden, Benjamin got real quiet, and he went, and I could hear in the back seat, oh man, and I knew it was. I said, Benjamin, what's wrong? He goes, we're almost home, and yeah, you weren't looking forward to that, and that was, and to be honest with you, it was tough for me to carry through with it, but you got to be consistent, and you got to do what you say you do, right?
Yeah. That wasn't the last time I got spanked, though.
So you're a little too big now.
You may try. You can try.
Well, there's a difference between boy strength and man strength.
And there's a difference between man strength and old man strength.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. So that's anyway. So you've enjoyed filming and cooking and all, and
Yeah, it's fun.
get a big kick out of it. So what else? We got anything else planned coming up? Anything in particular you want to eat that we can make? No,
I can't think of anything.
I like doing the themed things with all the places we've been and all, and I've got some.
I think we make some beef Wellington, maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
From England.
that is from England. That's kind of involved. Yeah, we'll see. That'd be a
Also,
special treat
yeah.
though. That's pretty nice. And I've got some couple of Charleston dishes I want to try
Okay.
for
Sounds
a time
good.
here. Charleston red rice and maybe some sheet crab soup. You like sheet crab soup?
What's sheet crab soup?
It's like crab soup.
I've never had it.
That's what they call sheet crab soup. So, I was thinking about that a little bit, and then got some other ideas. So I might take another stab at another cake.
Alright.
So feel a little encouraged. The peanut brittle. I heard a story about a mom talking about making it. She tried to make it one. You didn't like it.
I did not like it.
Well, the more that I held, it was crunchy.
No, it was like
The
burnt,
taste?
it was
Oh.
scorched earth.
I think
man.
some of it was the dark syrup and then the sorghum that I used. The sorghum's got kind of a sulfury molasses taste.
I didn't like
Not
it.
sulfur.
Even if it wasn't scorched, I don't think I would like that.
Yeah, I don't know how much it was scorched with it, but I was. Somebody brought up the fact that my mom had tried to make it one time, and ended up. She didn't have anything to pour it out on or something, so she poured it out on our table, a Formica table at home, and it dried on it, and she wasn't able to get it off. She had to keep wiping it with a wet towel to try to dissolve it to get it off of it, and how much trouble that was to get that off there. So everybody has their less than stellar moments, I guess, huh?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Mine was when I used to eat jelly and Swiss cheese sandwiches.
Oh, that that is the nastiest thing. I don't think we'll do that one.
No, please, I don't want to.
Oh, shoot. Oh, that's foul. Anyway, so we're all just hunkering down and got our little projects going on. What else? You've been doing some work at home, right?
Yeah, a little bit here and there.
Yeah. Wow. And I've been keeping it. I picked up flying again.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get my private pilot's license. I got my check ride coming up here shortly in the next week or so, and just to get the single engine check out, because I could, ironically enough, I could go down and get a twin engine plane and get checked out in it and be good to go right now, but single engine, I have to go get a check ride. So it's funny how that works, but there you go. So I've been doing that a little bit, and that's kind of nice. It's been nice getting up flying again. I missed it. So, and then we're just waiting to hear about you and your summer and what's going to happen with the Coast Guard Academy. Yeah.
I don't know.
So you miss it, Coast Guard Academy?
No. No.
You don't miss it.
Do I miss waking up at 5:30 in the morning, wearing a uniform until 4 in the afternoon?
No, you don't
No,
miss
I
that.
don't miss that.
Now you wake up at 4 in the afternoon.
Exactly. Late rack every day.
Oh, that's funny listening to you tell stories about the academy and things you're going through. It just reminds me a lot of me going through when I was a cadet at Citadel. So
Did you guys have fire in the hole?
what's that?
Or when you have a new thing of peanut butter with the lid still on, you just fire in the hole and you just smack it on your head to pop it?
No.
It's fun to do.
We had
They banned it though. You're not supposed to do it because like if you do it wrong, well, first off, if you don't do it right, you can injure yourself, and then also if you sometimes it'll shoot peanut butter out and people have to clean it up. So you're supposed to not do it anymore, but people still.
No, we didn't have that. We had cream puff races. They would have every now and then they would have cream puffs for dessert, and they really weren't that good now that I think about it. But it was just the novelty of it, and what you would do is, and it always worked out. It was just, I guess what I remember so fondly about it is the upperclassmen never ate them.
Yeah.
That was the one meal that the freshmen, that was because it was for cream puff races, and they would take the plates and you'd flip them upside down and put the cream puffs on top of them, and then the freshmen, the knobs would call them, had to put their hands behind their back and eat them with no hands.
Yeah.
And you would put like 3 of them on there, and you would have races, and it was funny because I don't remember as an upperclassman ever eating a cream puff.
Yeah.
Because I guess I ate so many of them as a knob.
Yeah, you just got sick of them.
I guess. Why don't you tell your mayonnaise story?
Oh, okay. So it's Halloween dinner. It was last year, so we were fourth class. And, when you're fourth class, you're supposed to sit at attention when you eat, and you square your meals up, and you're supposed to sit there at attention. You can't, look around or anything. But it was Halloween dinner, so we were all in costume, and you had carry-on is what they call it, where you act normal. And as a fourth class, you do, food challenges, which is, one sandwich, one bite, where you eat the whole sandwich at once, or, peanut butter, you eat the whole thing of peanut butter right there to go, or for Christmas dinner, it's eggnog, drinking the whole pitcher of eggnog. But for Halloween...
That's a good one there. You don't have a problem with that, do you?
Nah, most people throw up, though, because it's too heavy. They don't pace themselves. It's all about pacing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
But anyway, so for Halloween dinner, you're sitting there, and this upperclassman's like, "Wait, you're fourth class? You got to do something." He's looking around, and he goes... And for some reason, I had the mayonnaise in front of me. I don't know how. I think I asked for peanut butter and jelly, and my friend handed me mayonnaise. I don't remember. But I had mayonnaise in front of me, and so this upperclass looking around, and he looks at the mayonnaise, and he's like, "Do it!" And then people just around me start chanting, "Do it! Do it! Do it!" I'm like, all right, whatever.
What kind of... Was it a jar, or was it a squirt jar?
It was a squirt thing, but it was the whole thing. It was brand new. So I looked it up. It was 2,300 calories. And so I stood on my chair, opened it up, and just ate it. All of it. All of it. I don't eat mayonnaise anymore. I don't like it anymore.
You had some problems later.
Yeah. I had to force myself to throw up a few hours later because I was like, I'm just gonna feel sick if this sits in my stomach.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, but they handed me a jar, an empty pitcher, and a pitcher of water, and said, "Those are yours." So that was nasty.
Got mad props.
But
mad respect.
Everyone was like, "Yo, dude," I was bringing it up to this day. I'm like, "Remember last year the dude who ate the mayonnaise?" I'm like, "That was you!" And I'm like, "You know it, man. You know it." That was me.
Shoot. That is foul.
I don't. If I eat mayonnaise now, I have to not think about it being mayonnaise. If it's on my burger, I have to think it's just mayonnaise, and then it's fine. But if I think about it being mayonnaise,
oh, that's bad. Well, I guess that's you pretty much can get you to do anything if they chant your name 3 times, right?
Exactly.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. It's peer pressure. I mean, it's the thing about the academy is just you're just so cooped up. The kind of fun you have is just so much different. Yeah. But it's pure fun. Yeah. There's nothing better than having fun when you get it at the academy.
It's funny you say that because it's funny. When I was at the Citadel, it was all male, which is even worse. So, but it seemed like that you're just insulated and you're in this little cocoon of and you're the traditions and the practices and the things like the food challenges and stuff that are just commonplace there. Anywhere else, you go out in the world and you go tell your friends from another school, hey, this is what and they look at you like, what the,
It's I wouldn't give it up at all. To go to a normal college and just party all day, why would I want that? This just another time, it was midnight and me and my roommate are working. These 2 fourth class walk in and they shoot us with their Nerf guns, right? And we're like, oh, ha ha ha, and it was fun. And then they go shoot another guy, one of our other friends, and then he grabs his Nerf gun and it's a pump action and he just goes and just starts walking after them Terminator style. And it's just midnight and we're just going around shooting people in their rooms, even if they're asleep. So this is where are you gonna get that anywhere else? Just
yeah, that's funny.
This is fun.
Well, we've been talking almost 30 minutes now. You had enough?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we kind of keep doing these and keep talking and chatting and getting to know us, know the kids. So I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget, as you go down, hit the like button, the thumbs up. Yep, right. Where's that going to be? Where is it at? Right here, right about there.
It's on the side.
Okay. All right. Well, look for the thumbs up. Hit that. And if you haven't, subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed it and spent a little time chatting with the Colonel and the Cadet.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the support, everyone. It means a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. So, I've got more information coming on the prints and all. We're just about ready to pull the trigger on that. So, stay safe, everybody. Hunker down, and we'll get through this Corona thing.
Yeah.
No problem. So, all right. Take care. And this is the Colonel saying, what do I say?
Goodbye.
Over and out. Over and out. All right. See you later.